Hello, so today we're going to be doing Unit 1, Day 6 notes, which is solving equations by combining like terms. Now, before we get started, I'm going to write out a couple steps that we're going to use for this lesson. Now, throughout the next few lessons, I will be adding new steps to the list of steps we already have, and eventually by Day 8, we should have a universal list of steps that we can use to solve any equations that we might face in 8th grade math or even Math 1. So let's start off with step 1. Let's look at the left side of the equal sign and combine like terms. Number 2, let's look at the right side of the equal sign and let's combine like terms. Step 3, move the constant. And step 4, move the coefficient. Okay, so those are the 4 steps we're going to use in today's lesson. So let's go ahead and do example 1. Now, example 1, I'm going to rewrite the statement so I can have some space to work them out. So my problem is 6x plus 3x equals 18. Step 1, look at the left side to combine some like terms. Well, if you notice, if you're looking at the left side of that equal sign, we do have 2 variables that we can combine together. Now, if you're having trouble determining what the left side is, just look at the equal sign and look at the left side of that equal sign. So you notice we have 6x plus 3x gives me 9x. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, look at the right side of the equal sign and see if you can combine some like terms. There's the left side, the right side, and there's nothing we can combine 18 with, so all we're going to do is just bring it down. Now, step 3, move the constant. Well, there's no constant to move away from the x, so we really don't have to do step 3 in this example. Now, let's do step 4, move the coefficient. To move the coefficient, that means to move the 9. So if we're multiplying by 9, the opposite will be to divide by 9. So we're left with x equals 18 divided by 9 is 2. Okay? And you're always welcome to take your answer and try to plug it back into your original equation to see if it's correct. It never hurts to check your work or even check your answer. Example 2, 27 equals 7x minus 4x. Start out with step 1. Look at the left side of the equal sign and see if you can combine some like terms. This is the left side, and there's nothing I can combine 27 with. So all I'm going to do is bring it down, okay, along with the equal sign. Now step 2, look at the right side of the equal sign, see if you can combine anything. Well, if you notice, I can combine the 7x with the 4x. So 7x minus 4x is 3x. Now, step 3, move the constant. Once again, there's no constant to move away from the x. So really, I don't have to do step 3. I can skip that one. Step 4, move the coefficient. So we're multiplying by 3, so the opposite is to divide by 3. And that is the only way you can move the coefficient to the other side of the equal sign. So we're left with x equals 27 divided by 3 is 9. So really, my answer is x equals 9. Okay. Now, at this moment, go ahead and pause the video so you can be able to work problem number 1 on your own. Now the answer for problem number 1 is x equals negative 32. If you have any questions about that problem, please do not hesitate to ask me the next day in class. Moving on to example 3. 19a minus 12 minus 4a equals negative 57. Okay, step 1, look at the left side of the equal sign and combine some like terms. Okay, so looking at the left side, I can combine the 19a minus 4a. So 19a minus 4a is 15a. There's nothing I can do with the negative 12, so I'm going to bring it down. And I'm also going to bring down my equal sign. Step 2, look at the right side. Can I combine anything with the negative 57? Nope. So I'm just going to bring it down. Step 3, move the constant. In this situation, there is a constant in this specific problem, minus 12. So to be able to move it to the other side, I got to take this minus 12 and throw it to the other side. I'm going to jailbreak. Now remember, I said that if a sign is in front of the number, it belongs to that number. So because this minus is in front of the 12, it belongs to the 12. This minus does not belong to the 15a. It belongs to the 12. So minus 12, when you jailbreak, it becomes plus 12. So really, this is gone because I picked it up and moved it to the other side. Now, I'm left with 15a equals negative 57 plus 12 gives me negative 45. Now, step 4, move the coefficient. That will be moving the 15. So if I'm multiplying by 15, the opposite is to divide by 15. So I'm left with a equals negative 45 divided by 15 will give me negative 3. So my answer for example 3 is a equals negative 3. Okay, moving on to example 4. So this problem we have is 2x minus 5x plus 6.3 equals negative 14.4. Now, step 1. Look at the left side of your equal sign and see if you can combine some like terms. Okay, I can. 2x minus 5x is negative 3x. Can I do anything with the plus 6.3? Nope. So bring it down and also bring down your equal sign. Do not forget that equal sign. Now, step 2. Look at your right side. Can you combine anything on the right side? Nope. So all I'm going to do is bring down the negative 14.4. Okay. Step 3. Move your constant. So that means I'm going to move or jailbreak the 6.3 over to the other side. And because it's positive, when I move it to the other side, it becomes a minus 6.3. Now I literally picked this up and moved it to the other side of the equal sign. So this is gone. So on the left side of that equal sign, on the left side, I have negative 3x. And on the right side, I have to do negative 14.4 minus 6.3, which gives me negative 20.7. Now, step 4, move the coefficient. So if I'm multiplying by negative 3, the opposite is to divide by negative 3. So really, I'm left with x equals negative 20.7 divided by negative 3 will come out to be 6.9. And that is my final answer for example 4, 6.9. Okay, now it's your turn to work out problem number 2. Pause the video so you can have some time to work it out. The answer for problem 2 is k equals 4. If you have any problems with this question, please do not hesitate to ask me tomorrow in class. Okay, moving on. Example 5. Example 5 is 6x plus x minus 12 minus 3x equals 36. Now, step 1, look at the left side of the equal sign. Can you combine any like terms? I can. I can do the 6x, I can do the plus x, and I can do minus 3x. Now, before I move any further, if there's a variable without a number in front of it, it's implied to be a 1. So I'm going to go ahead and add a 1, so it will be a plus 1x. So let's combine our like terms. 6x plus 1x is 7x. Minus 3x gives me 4x. Now, can I do anything with the minus 12? Nope, so bring it down. Go ahead and also bring down your equals. Now, step 2, look at the left side. Look at the right side. Can you do anything with that 36? Nope, so I'm just going to bring it down. So here's my current problem. 4x minus 12 equals 36. Now let's move on to step 3. Move the constant. In this case, it's the minus 12. So I'm going to pick it up and throw it to the other side. And when I do that, that minus 12 becomes a plus 12. So this is gone because I picked it up and threw it to the other side. So now I'm left with 4x equals 48. Because 36 plus 12 is 48. Now, step 4, move the coefficient. So that means if I'm multiplying by 4, the opposite is to divide by 4, so we can be able to move that coefficient to the other side. So I'm left with x equals 48 divided by 4 is just 12. So my final answer for example 5 is x equals 12. Okay, go ahead and take a second to work out problem number 3 and pause the video. So hopefully you were able to get a couple minutes to work this out. But the answer for problem 3 is x equals 5. Once again, if you have any questions about this problem, please do not hesitate to ask me in class the next day. Well, that's it for today's lesson. I will see you tomorrow.